All right, y'all, I found the camping spot that I want, and I want to show you a tour of the inside, my little penny tour, because it's not as big enough for a nickel. But here, it's deep enough and tall enough in here that I could sit down and sort of halfway stand up. So right up here is where the entertainment center used to be. So I just use it for storage for my bigger cooking items. So inside you might be able to see my little coffee pot. Yep, coffee pot right there. Here's some sweet southern tea. The one thing you see right here is my cutting board. And these parts are cool. When it gets dark enough, I'll show you my mood lights. So looks like little tiny Christmas bulbs on the inside. But I did take out this seat right here for the fourth passenger, just so I have more leg room and I can sit here. But it's big enough inside of here that I'm actually sitting in my camping chair. So that gives you a somewhat idea of room inside of here. In the back half, I have more cabinet space. So I have an extra blanket, my little pee jug, biodegradable shampoo. This is my bathroom kind of setup area. Bathroom. So I have my toiletries up here, toothpaste, mouthwash, deodorant, that taint scrubber that I got in the battle box a while back. Here's my kitchen. So I have a little grill, my little cook set, some extra water here, of course. And inside of this bucket, or this big boxing that it's sitting on, is just more survival or camping supplies, like a box of MREs and that kind of stuff. So technically, I'd be good to go for a couple of weeks in this thing if I needed to. So if I did get stuck in the other spot that I wanted, I'd be okay, technically, until the snow thawed out. So one addition I did put in here was a bunch of these little command hooks. So these things are, I don't want to say essential, but they are pretty helpful when it comes to van camping. As you can see, I have my garbage bag set up here if I need to. Another one here for some lights. I have another one over here. So pretty much all around, I have them set up. So if I need to hang something up or get it out of the way, I can do that. One thing I am planning on doing is I got this little cargo net here. I was thinking about stringing it across from cupboard to cupboard so I have an extra, kind of like a shelf I could put stuff on. But I don't have any more command hooks, so that might be another thing I need to get. Just so I can have the extra shelf space up here. I'll see if I can work some out with a couple of sticks maybe, and see how it turns out. But in the meantime, it is, I'm not sure what time it is. Probably about 2:30 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna start making some lunch up in my fancy little kitchen. Ta-da! And as it gets darker, I'll put the curtain up my wife made for me. Start surviving in the cold, bitter cold. Speaking of cold, let me show you something here. I have this little thermometer. On the inside, you can see it's 50 degrees even. So I have a probe on the outside, and it's pretty much freezing out there. See if I can get that in focus. There you go, 32.7 degrees. So it's almost, 18 degrees warmer inside. So I'm doing okay so far. What I do have is like a backup electric generator kind of thing, where I can plug in lights and everything else. It's a 500 watt electric battery pretty much. So it has AC and DC hookups to it. So one thing I can do if it gets too unbearably cold is up here. Yeah, I can't get it out right now. I don't want to put you through that. But I have a little space heater. It's about as big as my hand. It's a 250 watt. So I can run it for probably 2 hours or so to get it warmed up in here if I need to. Worst case scenario, I start the van up and turn the heater on that way. So All right, I'm going to start cooking because I'm getting pretty hungry for lunch. So until then, see you later.